What's up, YouTube? This is my TA analysis on Litecoin, that is LTC slash USDT. So today we're going to be taking a look at Litecoin and going through a couple of possibilities and scenarios that might play out. Obviously, right now BTC dominance is at a extreme. Wait, no, sorry, is at a really low. So this means that the money from BTC is flowing into other areas. That is why you've seen over the last you know day or so, BTC dominance right now is kind of fluctuating, but it is super low. Like we've been going down all the way since the start of this month basically. That's why you see a lot of altcoins pumping right now. So if this continues to go lower and if BTC stabilizes and the volatility reduces, we are probably going to see a huge alt season this year. Especially since there's a lot of new money in coins like Dogecoin and there's a lot of more interest this year. I don't know where Doge. Yeah, there we go, Dogecoin. Jesus Christ, man, this is unreal. I cannot believe this. We put in a new high. Uh, oh, that was yesterday. Still crazy. But yeah, so let's take a look at LTC and look at a couple of possible scenarios that could play out. Now, again, I'm not suggesting you take these trades. I am just giving my opinion and why I think this is, it's more like speculation. And this is not financial advice. This is just speculative. Throughout the analysis that I was looking at, I just want to say that this is not financial advice, and you should be managing your own risk and have your own plan in place. But yeah, let's take a look at Litecoin and mark out a couple of key areas. Number one, we have our first monthly areas of resistance. Then we have our second area and our third area. So these are strong levels of resistance. Also, we have our levels of support. One, the closer ones. Two, and three. Now we have an upcoming resistance that we are battling. So we have one, two, three areas here. The next three main key areas we have are above us right here. So if we just remove this to make the chart a bit cleaner, I'm going to hide the rest as well, so it just looks a little bit more clean. There you go. So we have a level of resistance right there and support right there on the monthly. Now taking a look at Litecoin on a weekly, you can see Litecoin has actually broken out um, of a one when was this a downtrend since 2019 July or June. So you can see we have clearly tested this region once. We failed to break through. We tested it. We almost tested it twice. We failed to break through. And we tested it a lot of times in the past couple of months. We didn't have the momentum push through, but we finally just got through this week. So now, provided that Litecoin stays above this trend line, it is still looking pretty bullish. As you can see, we have broken above, retested, and now we pushed above to be rejected off of the weekly. Now, in case Litecoin comes back and tries to retest this level, and if this level holds, I think Litecoin is in for a possible huge bull run. And looking at the historical move that Litecoin has done in the past, this can, push up to huge levels. Like taking a look at where we are right now, this could, obviously ignoring this wick and looking at this level right now, Litecoin is now sat at 0.0048 sats. And the last high we put in was at 0.025, which is the all-time high. So we can safely say that if the altcoin bull run starts, this is the perfect opportunity to be buying Litecoin, because The downside is obviously if we lose this trend line, obviously that's going to be another bear trend. But until we are above this, to me, this looks extremely bullish because obviously from here to even the last levels of resistance is a 285% move up or a 330%, and to the last high is a 450% gain. So obviously, this is an amazing opportunity to think of the future outcome in case Litecoin does decide to go on this huge, massive move to the top. And as long as BTC stabilizes, I think this would be a super good area to be buying Litecoin because yeah, if you've been in the crypto space for long enough, this area or basically any of these green candles are not when you want to be buying altcoins. You want to be buying altcoins when no one gives a shit about them, and when people are talking trash about Litecoin, or no one really cares about it, or basically when no one cares about the coin, that is when you want to be accumulating it, and you have to be with the smart money. Whales are going to be buying up Litecoin and other altcoins when they are at the absolute lows. And right now, Litecoin in its USD value, it is pretty high. It is about $270. We after a 336 high, so we've obviously been in a huge run up. But the BTC value is still pretty much the same. So that shows you that in terms of BTC, we have not really moved much. So if this is the spot where whales are accumulating, we can look at a couple of indicators as well. Um, So on the daily, obviously we are in an oversold area right now. So I would wait for a possible retracement and look at trying to jump into this. On the weekly, we are still pretty neutral. So if you want to get into this long term and think of a range where obviously right now Litecoin is looking like honestly to me it looks trash, like it's been beaten down, it's gone through hell, and this was the first pump in ages. So it would be wise to wait for a retest maybe of this trend line or even the 618 from the lows to the high. But again, that puts us back at the trend line. So keeping an eye on these fib levels to me are going to be super key. Again, this is not financial advice. This is what I am planning on doing. I am just planning on accumulating some Litecoin, maybe at the 618 or the 382. Anywhere between here for me is worth it. Because honestly, even if it goes down here, I would just take the L and just sell it at the next thing. But looking at the risk to reward for this looks like an extremely low risk trade for me because obviously if my stops are below these lows and if Litecoin pushes up from here, this is a huge risk to reward ratio trade. Like of course this is the best. Well, one of we could also break these highs. You never know that. So this is a 500% increase from the 618 or a 450% from the current levels of support. So to me, this is looking like a really good time to be buying up Litecoin. I would not, in case if this does go according to plan and supports the trend line, and we have a confirmation that the trend line has not broken down, and Litecoin holds and starts pumping when BTC, as long as BTC is not volatile, Litecoin has a really good chance of making it back up because the last time we saw these insane moves was back in 2018. After that, we've never seen Litecoin pump at all. So even though this is not really the most exciting coin, or it's not DeFi and it's not BNB or like um, anything like DOT or XLM or ADA, right now this coin is extremely not like no one's really talking about it except for the hype that we got last week with the USD putting an all-time high. So in terms of BTC, I still think Litecoin has a long way to go, and especially looking at coin market cap, and we can see the historical coin market cap LTC. So, we can see that this is still on a lot of watch list. 377 people are watching this coin. And the last high that we put in BTC value was back in 2014, which was um, about 0.038 sats. Right now we are at 0.005, which, well, if Litecoin starts pumping, we take out these highs, we take out these highs, we take out these highs, we take out these highs. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying if it does, this is the time to be buying it. Not on these highs, not on these run ups, not on these run ups, and that's what you got to remember. You don't want to be buying coins on big huge candles up. You want to be buying them when no one cares about it, and when the whole world and the whole crypto space is talking shit about something, or just or they just don't aren't paying attention. That is when you want to be accumulating your positions and setting yourself up for good returns and low risk. So this looks like a good buy to me right now. Obviously, looking at um, coin market cap, Litecoin is among the top 10 coins. Oh, it isn't. What? Oh, there we go. Litecoin is number 9. So there's a lot of eyeballs, and the market cap is still pretty. I mean, it's high. It's 18 billion. But if you look at XRP, for instance, XRP right now is 62 billion, and we've seen XRP make insane moves over the past couple of weeks alone. And obviously XRP is a pumpy coin, and it's like a dino coin. Basically, it's there since the ancient days. So right now XRP has just started its run up. If it takes out the last highs, which I am pretty certain it will, I'm gonna make another video on that next. But I don't really hold any XRP, but I think this also has a potential. But as long as BTC is returns to stable, then we are going to see a lot of money being pumped into altcoins as well. So if you are interested in buying Litecoin, the time to buy it is now, not when you're seeing these green candles, like these huge wicks to the upside and stuff. But you know, always try to look at the BTC value of coins rather than looking at it in terms of USDT, because in the end you want to be swapping out your alts for BTC and not your alts for USDT, because honestly USDT really doesn't matter in this space. You want to look at pairs with BTC, and that's when you see actual growth. But yeah, so that's my take on Litecoin for now. We've seen a huge correction also after a all-time high that was put in, and in terms of USDT as well, this looks like a pretty good retracement. We've seen a retracement to the 618 region. That was a good opportunity to buy it also, $230, which was the last support. So if we see a retracement once again to this 618, and BTC, in case it dips more, if we see a move to the downside and if we lose 50K, then I think that would be an even better time to be positioning ourselves into alts, because obviously if BTC dips, the alts are going to bleed as well. Yeah, so that's it for my quick analysis. If you guys want to see more altcoin charts and stuff, and if you have any more suggestions for me to take a look at, please feel free to drop it down in the comments down below, and subscribe if you want to see more. Give this video a thumbs up, and yeah, that's it for today. I'll see you guys later.